Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is Sunday, November 8th, I believe, and I am doing a review on Rosemary's Baby, a suspense slash thriller cult classic set in 1966. So, if you haven't already seen Rosemary's Baby, it's a story about two young people. They're a couple. They move into some apartments where a woman has recently just died. The woman is a stay-at-home wife, so she's looking for things to do. She meets her neighbors, and they basically get her pregnant with Satan's son. And of course, it's more detailed than that, but I'm pretty certain most people have seen it or heard of it. I would suggest all filmmakers to watch this. The reason I'm even making this video is because I realize how Rosemary's Baby has set the pace for a lot of thriller slash suspense films. And I see a lot of, resemblance in Rosemary Baby to Jordan Peele's films, specifically Us and Get Out. And I think it is the way these screenwriters have mastered storytelling that has left me literally speechless. It is something about the art of writing characters that know how to gaslight that leaves me honestly petrified. Horror is scary to me, but not in the same way that thriller is. And I think the reason thriller is so scary to me is because it plays on your mind, your mental state. It is so easy for anyone to become manipulated and gaslit. And I think that's why I'm always so cautious and concerned and borderline paranoid, to be honest. Because in Us by Jordan Peele, it was the fact that, like, I'm being lied to by the main character who I believe to be the protagonist about her entire being. Like, she's the bad guy and I'm rooting for her. And even in Get Out, it's just, here you have this man who sees all the signs and is still being led to believe that there's nothing wrong. And in Rosemary's Baby, the entire thing is like, we have this woman being led down this horrible path to have this baby that she wanted to have, but not in this type of way. And there's nothing she can do, it feels like, because she doesn't even know something's going on. Even when we were getting to like the end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3, you could really start to feel this feeling of anxiety coming off of Rosemary, as she was really just being like, Dr. Hill, help me. I'm sorry that I didn't come to you in the beginning. And even when Dr. Hill had turned Rosemary away, it was very sad for me, because I was just like, dang, here this woman is pouring her soul out to you. She's like, please come help me. I feel as if I have proof right in front of me that these people are witches and that they are literally out to kill my baby. They want to feed on my baby's flesh, and I need your help. And I get why she turned to Dr. Hill as her last resort of like, please help me. But it was just like, Rosemary, you need to leave town completely at this point. Like, she was already in the cab. She should have literally left town completely, got out of the city, went somewhere else. I don't, maybe I missed the story about her parents or something, but it was just like, Rosemary was too trustworthy. And I think that was also kind of a reflection of the time period itself, because I believe the time period was 1966 that they were going for in Rosemary's Baby. And at that time, women relied so heavily on their husband. So Rosemary did rely on her husband Guy to be a protector and a provider. And if he's not protecting you, if he's allowing anything and everything to happen to you for his own career, for his own gain, then it's just like, you're kind of in a hole. But it was just, a lot of it was on Rosemary as well, because there's just so many different signs. And I think that also goes to show, like, how you can slowly become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. It starts off with just like the little things. It starts off with like, here, you wear this chain around your neck. And then it goes on to, let me cook for you all the time, let me do this for you. And then you literally have someone controlling your life. And Rosemary tried her very best to not let these people control her life. But when your entire environment is working against you, you find yourself in a hole that's hard to escape. So by the end of the film, you just feel absolutely horrible for Rosemary. And you know that she's smart. She does the little things like she's no longer gonna drink Minnie's juices that Minnie's been making her. She's no longer gonna eat Minnie's food. But even then, she goes back to that. It isn't until she has the baby and she's been lied to and been told that the baby's no longer here, that the baby has died during the birth, that she's like, hold up, let me get it together. And she stops eating the pills that Laura Louise is giving her, and she goes and sees her baby herself. By the end of the film, I was already over it. I think they messed up for me when Rosemary came and she didn't kill everybody. I was actually irritated by that. Because I was like, okay, you came up here with a knife, you had this, you know, she didn't necessarily have a plan, but she walks in there, the cult is all sitting around the room, they chilling, you know, they over there, the baby is in a black basset, and they have like black veils and the rosaries hanging upside down over the baby's crib. Rosemary gets to the crib. No one's trying to stop her, despite the fact that she has a huge, large knife in her hands. And she looks into the crib and she's just like, what have you done to my baby? Like, why does his eyes look like that? And that's when Mr. Cabet's like, this is the devil's, this is Satan's son. And then they all start saying, hail Satan. And Rosemary don't kill everybody. I'm like, Rosemary, you could have, she was this close to Mr. Cabet. And I'm like, you not gonna stab him in the throat one good time? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Why aren't we gonna stab him in the throat? Is that wrong to, you know, get one kill out of the whole situation? Nobody was gonna stop her, I don't think. So I think that was just to show that she finally submits to her new reality of she is now the mother of Satan's human son. I was originally upset that no one died at the end of Rosemary's Baby. But now, looking back, I'm very pleased that no one died, because it does leave this air of mystery of like, what would Earth look like if we really had Satan's children roaming Earth freely? And, you know, I appreciate the ending now for what it is. And looking at the entire film, I'm just so grateful for what I was able to pick up out of the film and what I'm able to see now being taken from that film and used in some of our most beloved films today. The use of nudity in films by Ari Aster, such as Hereditary and Midsommar, when he is depicting these cults performing their rituals, that's also can be seen in Rosemary's Baby. The first scene where Guy, you know, sexually assaults Rosemary, she's in this underground room and there's the devil and there's also a bunch of naked old people. And I was just like, oh, so that's where Ari Aster got this idea from Rosemary's Baby. And then there's also in Get Out, there's this iconic scene where during the auction, there's one Asian man there with his camera. And when I was watching Rosemary's Baby, I was able to see in the room full of white people, when they were actually, you know, checking out the baby and just being happy that Rosemary has had her child, that there was an Asian man there who also was the photographer in that scene. So when you're able to watch films and able to connect all the dots, you're just like, wow, okay. I also just noticed the use of older people to lead people into the cults and to manipulate younger people into joining the cults, as well as the way people's partners, in this case, Guy and Rosemary, in the other case, you know, Get Out, the man and his girlfriend, how there's always someone, their partner, who they trust to lead them into the cult and ultimately goes on to betray them. So these are just a couple things I picked up from Rosemary's Baby. I really enjoyed the film. I would rate it 5 out of 5, and I encourage everyone to go ahead and check it out. It's actually free on Tubi. So definitely watch Rosemary's Baby and leave a comment below on how you felt about it. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video and this channel. And I'm excited to, you know, grow my channel with you all. So thank you all for checking this video, and bye-bye.